Honestly, we're just gonna jump right into this one. Make sure it's gonna focus on my face. Hello, my little filmer dudes. Thank you for joining me in my journey to watch every TV show and every sitcom ever created. Not really, but we are gonna get close. Welcome to my spoiler-filled review for Only Murders in the Building Season 3, pretty much the finale, but all of it in its entirety. I make reactions, theories, and review videos just like this one on my channel, so if you want to see more of these, please consider subscribing, liking, and telling all of your friends. I also post written reviews on Letterboxd, serialized, and sometimes on Instagram, so all of those are at Filmerdude24. Please check those out, as well as my website and my Patreon. All the links to those and the rest of my social media links are in the description below, and now we can continue. This is going to be a spoiler-filled discussion, so if you haven't seen Only Murders in the Building Season 3, you might want to turn back now. I did make a spoiler-free review for you, so if you want to check that out before watching the season, go ahead. But then you might want to come back here once you've finished watching the season. Oh, and go ahead and watch my theory videos along as you're watching. They're good. I think they're good. But we are now entering spoiler territory, so I'm going to give you a few seconds to leave. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I already talked about this in my spoiler-free review some, but this weird format of giving pretty much every major suspect an origin story was a cute one, but ultimately it led to everyone eventually believing that the murderers were Donna and Cliff, or at least Donna. I knew it was Cliff. I knew Cliff was involved the entire time. This format also introduced abandoned storylines such as Kimber's aggression and her competitiveness to do anything to win. I honestly thought she was gonna do something to Loretta, hurt her or push her or do something, but nope. Nothing ever happened. I was seriously afraid for Loretta this entire time because of Kimber, but I guess not. The fact also that they didn't dedicate an episode to Cliff or Donna until the very end also pretty much screamed, "We're the murderers!" Because of that, the fillers kind of felt filler for me because, again, I knew we were wasting our time and the show should have done a little bit better. Because honestly, did y'all really expect, well, not just me, but just people in general to believe that Loretta was the exact one that they were talking about with the audition scene? Nay, no. Never. The writings just seemed a little bit on the nose this season, which is not really a big complaint. I just wish that they had just focused a little bit more on the mystery and a little less on the personal drama, because again, the personal drama felt like filler and it kind of detracted from the mystery, the point of which we were all there. So now let's talk about the killers. First, let's give me a round of applause for one, figuring it out in the first episode that it was Donna and Cliff using Loretta's audition piece. And 2, for staying true that Loretta was a red herring the whole time. I told you so. But Donna and Cliff, I knew it! It's honestly not hard to have figured this one out. It was sort of right there in front of us the whole time. The theme being children and mothers was a little on the nose here, plus having the show point every sign to Loretta was, you know, a little too obvious. Although I would have absolutely eaten my words if Loretta had been the murderer the entire time. Nay, 'twas mother and son. I freaking called it. And for the exact reasons too, down to the part where Ben was bullying Cliff and Cliff had snapped and had had enough. So in the end, Donna didn't really want to murder Ben, but accidentally did to a degree, and then when Ben figured it out, Cliff murdered Ben not only to protect his mama, but he was also fed up with Ben's bullish attitude and needed to be taken down a peg. Where was Cliff when Bully McGuire was around? But Ivan, weren't you saying that it was Girl Cop? Yes and no. I knew it was a very big stretch that Casey and Girl Cop were going to be one and the same, or even that Girl Cop was going to be one of the murderers. But wouldn't it have been freaking cool if that had been the thing and that it was still mother and son? You know, she could have had a child with Ben. I don't know. It's just having it be an actual mother and son was a little obvious. It's nice. It was kind of cool, but 'twas obvious. But what a waste! Wildly disappointing. Honestly, if it had been Girl Cop, I think that would have blown everyone's mind. What a missed opportunity. I think everyone would have been like, whoa, bro! Cole, bro, got dead, bro, by Girl Cop, bro! So how to use this Stranger Things method, you ask? Well, in the opening of Stranger Things Season 1, the kids play a game of Dungeons & Dragons where their moves and how they defeat the Demogorgon reflect the events of the rest of the season. Only Murder Season 3's opening does the exact same thing here with Loretta's audition and basically telling us who the murderer would be and why, except replacing it with Loretta auditioning as a nanny rather than a mother, probably just to throw us off the scent. But we're smarter than that, Filmer dudes. So, let's talk about Only Murder's newest victim, Saz. Not Saz! Yes, Saz. That was an incredible fake out. This show fully led us to believe that Charles was the one who got shot at the very, to me, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who probably immediately figured it out as soon as Saz popped up on screen, but I didn't. I wasn't expecting it. But not only did they get us, they got the killer because the killer shot Saz trying to shoot Charles. Or was she the victim the whole time? Yes, it is time for one last I've been super sleuthing theory for a whole year. In both seasons 1 and 2, the victims are found in the building by someone, or at least the victim dies with someone around them. This time, Zaz dies alone. How insanely sad. At first, I was absolutely devastated because of the hand shaking. The hand shaking and her breath slipping away. But then I noticed something. I don't know about you, but after rewatching this scene over and over and over, I noticed four things that basically conclude to Saz knows who killed her. And she was fully intended to be the target, only making it seem like Charles was the intended target the whole time. That's my theory. But I have a flip side to it. So how do I know this? Clue number 1. In the episode before, Saz tells Charles that people would have rather wanted Charles dead over Ben. I don't think this was a joke, as Charles didn't get along with just about anyone in his life, so it's likely that he had an nemesis. Clue number 2. Right before she dies, Saz tells Charles that she needs to tell Charles about something, and that it's a little sensitive. She is definitely involved in something big, something mafia level. I mean, after all, her girlfriend is Jan at the moment. Clue number 3. Saz is the one who ends up getting the wine after Charles said that he would. Why? Well, I think it's because Charles and Saz did likely speak, or at least perhaps Saz offered to get the wine herself, likely as a gesture of goodwill to help convince Charles of whatever favor or news that Saz has to tell Charles. And clue number 4. It actually looks like she's trying to write something in her blood. A name, perhaps? A lot of people are assuming that she is trying to write a J, however, the formation that she is taking would have the J hooking on the other side. I wonder if she's trying to write an L. However, if it were a J, I wonder if she's writing J for Jan, not because she knows Jan's my killer, but because, you know, Jan was her girlfriend at the time. So maybe it was a final, love thing for Jan. But does this mean we're gonna see the return of Jan? I hope so. The flip side could be that Saz knew information that could put Charles in danger, and her killer knew this and had to take her out. After all, how many times have we seen Charles in near-death situations throughout this entire show? In season 1, he was poisoned by Jan. Season 2, he faked his own death to find the killer. And season 3, 3 sandbags almost kill him. He gets stuck in a closet and almost suffocates. And now Saz is murdered instead of him. Honestly, I think these are clues pointing towards Saz's death, but who knows? Not I. Not yet. Not for another year. So what did you guys think of season 3? Please let me know in the comments below. I love this show so insanely much. It is so much fun to try to figure out who did it. And the cast, always amazing. I give Only Murders in the Building season 3 an 8 out of 5. Thank you everybody for joining me in my journey to watch, yes, every TV show and every sitcom ever created, but we are gonna go close. Also for joining me on this theory train. We are definitely gonna do more videos like this, but for now, check out my sushi media links in the description below, and I will see you next time. You've just been Montified.